Hannah, and in this video I'll be showing you how I made the intro that you just saw. This intro is completely free, so I used absolutely no money to make it. I also made it on iOS, so I'm sorry if you cannot do this on Android. The apps I used are iMovie, Fonto, Filmora Go, VideoStar, and YouTube. The first thing I did was get the audio. I usually use audio from the channel Dreamwave. I always leave a link to the music I use in each video in the description. To actually get the audio, I screen record the music video. I just use a screen recorder provided in the iPhone Control Center. A little tip I have is to record it for a longer time than the length of the intro itself to make sure that you get the parts that you would like. Another thing to keep in mind is to make sure that the microphone is off when you're screen recording to make sure that outside sounds don't interfere with the music. The audio I used in my intro is Chilling in a Quiet Park Outside the City by Cat Paw, but you can do whatever audio you want. Once you've got your audio, you can head on over to Fonto. Tap the camera at the bottom and then plain image. You can choose either one of the top two images, it doesn't matter. Once you've tapped on one, tap on the numbers at the top, right here, and scroll down until you see the image that matches the type of phone you have. Since I have an iPhone 7, I tapped on the image under iPhone 8, 7, and 6S, which is right here. Make sure you pick the image that is in landscape mode. Once you've picked your image, tap color. At this point, you can do whatever you want. However, if you want the same color and or design that my intro had, you can watch this part. To pick a color, just scroll on this bar full of colors and pick whatever color you'd like. Or you can make your own color by adjusting the settings here. For my colors, I started with this yellow over here. To add another color, just tap on one of these boxes that says empty. The next color I used was this orange, right here, the dark orange. And then the third color I used was this third to last red. If you don't want a vertical gradient design like this, just tap on vertical up here. Now you have 3 other ways to design your image. Once you like what you have, tap apply, which is in the top right corner, and then the icon on the top right corner, and then use. Now here's where you put in your channel name. You can tap anywhere and then press add text. Now just type in your channel name. I'll just put in channel name. I use the font Helvetica Bold Oblique, but you can use whatever font you want. Now you can press done. At this point you want to center your text, so you press move. Well, make sure your text is selected like that, and then press move. And then you want to press these 2 A's at least once. So 1, 2. Now you can customize your text in any way. To get the same style of text in my intro, I adjusted the size to 1. To adjust the size, select the text, then press size, and then you can press the plus sign, or you can just scroll this until it says 1.00. Then you want to move it back to the center. To change its color, add stroke, add a shadow, things like that, you want to select the text again and tap style. What I did was I made it white. I didn't add a stroke, and I added a shadow. To add a shadow, just tap style over here. So I put alpha all the way up and blur all the way down. Put this to the left a little bit. And I made it black, so just press done. Now you can import it into your camera roll. Just tap on the icon on the bottom right corner. Now press save image. It's okay. Now that you have your image, head on over to iMovie. Tap on create project, then movie. Now you can look for your image. Your newest images aren't always the first option for some reason, so you'll have to do a little bit of hunting. Tap on the image that you just made, and tap on create movie at the bottom. Now that you have imported your image, make sure it is selected like that, and tap on Ken's Burns enabled. This way it won't move. Also, make sure you zoom out all the way to ensure that it is centered in the video. Now press the plus sign up here, then video, then recently added, which is the second option, and then select the recording of your audio. Now you're going to press the three dots over here, and then audio only. Now you can trim it or edit the audio so it only captures the music that you want in your intro. To trim it, you can either adjust the bold yellow lines on the side, or you can split it and then delete it. To split it, just put the white line, which is this white line over here, and put it at the spot where you want to split the scene. So let's say I want to split it there. So I have the white line where I want to split the scene, and then select the blue line, which is the audio. Then you're going to tap split, and then select the audio that you don't want, and then press delete. Now I just want to hold and drag the blue line to the very beginning so it lines up and you can hear it when it first begins. And then you can do the same at the end if you'd like. If the white bar isn't within the box of the image right here, so the white bar is in the gray, dark gray area and not over here, then you won't be able to split the audio. So I suggest making the image play longer by selecting it and scrolling the bold yellow line on the right. And now you can split it wherever. Once you've adjusted your audio, make sure that the image is the same length as the audio. To do this, select the image and scroll the bold yellow line until the blue line matches with the white line. Now you can export it. Press done, then the icon at the bottom, right here, then save video. Now export project when I press save video. I usually choose HD 1080p. I don't choose 4K because I've heard that it's no different than the 1080p, except that it adds unnecessary pixels or something like that. Press OK. Now you can go to Video Star. Once you're in, select the plus sign, then Edit Video, and then Recently Added. Now select your new video, which is this one down here. Then you can press Make Video. You can add whatever effects you want, but this is what I did in case you want to know. The first thing I did was I added a wiggle effect to the entire thing. So to do this, you select New, then Re-Effect. Now press the plus sign down here, then press the magnifying glass. Now you can search up wiggle, and it should be the first option. Then you can just tap out. Now you press the down arrow, and you can adjust the intensity by scrolling the scroll bar. But I made mine pretty subtle, like that much. Since I want the effect to last the entire time, I just press Quick Effects. Now this is where it kind of gets complicated. What I did was I split the scenes every time there was a significant beat. So I split it right before the beats were going, rapid fire, and before the beat dropped. To split scenes, make sure the white circle is where you want the split to be. So let's say I want the split to be right there. Press Edit, then Quick Split Scene. Now press Split and then Split again. So as you can see, there are two scenes because I split it. And then I split it after each of these little beats. Notice how the scenes change at almost every beat in this section. I didn't split anything at the end though. What I did in my intro was I added a different effect to each scene. In the first scene, the big one right here, I added a bulge and a pulse effect. To add these effects, you do the exact same things you did for the wiggle effect. So press New, Re-Effect, plus sign, magnifying glass, except this time you search bulge. I did the first bulge, just tapped out, and then the down arrow again. And then instead of pressing quick effects, I pressed re-effect down here. What re-effect does is it plays the scene, and while it is playing, you can adjust the effect if you want. I just scrolled the bar up and down like this. So as soon as you press re-effect, it plays. So just like that. To add the pulse, you do the exact same thing you did with Bulge. Then you search up a pulse. I did the pulse with the music note. Tap out again. Before you press the down arrow, notice how the pulse kind of goes fast. So to make it a bit slower, you can press the up arrow down here, and odd only, and the pulse goes by slower. Now you can press the down arrow, and then you can adjust how far the pulse goes by moving the scrub up and down. So I kind of made mine about that far. Now you can press quick effects since the pulse is going to last the entire scene. Now you can repeat these steps to add different effects to each of these little scenes. I will put the names of the effects I used in my intro in the description down below. Thing as my original intro, but that's as close as I can make it. So once you have what you desire, press the X at the top right corner. Now select the icon over here. Then send to camera roll. Now go to Filmora Go to add the overlays. Filmora Go does go into landscape mode, so just a heads up. Once you're in, select Create New Video, right here. Then go to Camera Roll, or whatever folder your Video Star video is in. Then select your video. But make sure when you do this, the timestamp says 0 out of how many seconds it is. As you can see, it says 0 out of 0, so you don't want to add it if it does say that. So just go back again, create new video, repeat the steps over again until it says the correct length like this. It says 11 seconds now instead of 0. So now you can press add, then next. Once you've hit next, you can see this bar on the right hand side. Scroll to the very bottom of the bar and press edit tools. Now scroll to the right a little bit on this bottom bar right here, and then select overlays. Select it and press preset. You can use whatever overlay you want. You don't even need an overlay, but I put an overlay on my intro, so if you want to know what I did, then you can watch this part. So I used Bokeh 3. Then you press save again. I used 2 overlays, but Filmora Go doesn't let you add 2 overlays at once, so I saved the first clip. So save to camera roll. And then I went back, pressed canceled, pressed back again, and then I repeated the steps that I just showed you. The second overlay I used was called Chaplain. It is this one right here. Again, then save. Now press save to camera roll again. Once you save it to your camera roll, you are done. But Filmora Go does add a watermark at the end of the videos that you edit on there. So head on over to iMovie. Then repeat the steps that I showed you in the beginning of the video. Then split the video right before the watermarks appear. I recommend splitting it right before it turns white. Select it, split, and then delete. Then you can save. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all found this helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment any questions that you have, and or if you'd like to see any more tutorials like this. And if you do, what would you like the tutorial to be on? Bye! you.